Good morning, kindergartners. We are going to work on the letter D, Handwriting Without Tears lesson. So we will start with building the letter D. I'll have you watch me build it on my blue mat here with my wooden pieces. So starting at the top, remember we start at the top, big line down, big curve. So when you make the letter, you're starting at the top, big line down, frog jump back to starting corner, big curve. That is our capital D. We are going to be doing that in our workbook today. So I wanted to show you first our capital D with the wooden letters, big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. Next is going to be with our slate chalkboard. You can pause here and go get your materials if you need to. Your slate chalkboard, the small mini chalkboard. Go ahead and get that. You'll need the chalkboard, your chalk, your eraser, your sponge cube, and maybe a little bit of water to get your sponge wet. Got my wet sponge, my eraser, my chalk, and I've got my slate chalkboard. Okay, we are going to, let me adjust this a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do our letter D. So let's grab our chalk, get ready to write. We're holding it in our pincher, thumb and forefinger with it's resting on our middle finger and our two fingers are back, just like when we use a pencil. Starting corner. Are you guys ready? Big line down, frog jump back up to starting corner, big curve. And there's our letter D. Now I'm going to have you take the sponge and do it again. Big line down, frog jump back up to starting corner, big curve. Now you're going to take your eraser and let's dry our letter D. Big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. You can do it again if it needs to be dried more. Big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. Now that you have that outline there, take your chalk and let's draw the letter D again. Starting corner, big line down, frog jump back up to the top, big curve. Nice job, guys. All right, now we're going to put our chalkboards aside and we are going to get our workbook. So go ahead and get your letters and numbers in me workbook. Pause if you need to, and you will also need a pencil. I'm going to do our letter D. Okay, so starting up here, we have the letter D, and I just showed you. Go ahead and take your pointer finger and let's practice that letter D. Big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. Remember on our blue mat, I did the wooden pieces, so we had big line down. Let's go to the next one. Big line down, big curve. So we have big line plus big curve equals the capital D. Then we did our chalkboard. We did our letter D, capital chalkboard. We did big line down, big curve. Nice job, everyone. Now we're going to go to this next line here. And we're going to copy letter D. So you've got the first one here, and then you're going to start at this one here. The starting corner is the dot. So you're going to go big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. Okay, we're going to copy another D. Starting corner, big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. One more to copy. Starting corner, big line down, frog jump back up, big curve. Oh, and this one we have doesn't have a square or rectangle gray block. It's just without it. So we have no starting corner or anything. We're going to try this without the starting corner dot and without the rectangle gray block. You can make a little dot if you want yourself. So big line down, jump back up, big curve. When you get done with that, have your adult check to make sure that all your D's are done properly. And you can color your deer. So we have deer starts with D, D-E-E-R, deer. So you can color your deer. Thank you for joining me for a lesson today, and I will see you for the next letter.